I pick up the crowbar and try to kill myself with it. Unfortunately, I fail and die instead. Shit. Let's start the ceremony. Alright, let's start the ceremony, you say. But I don't want to get married until we're officially married, she says. Make an incredibly funny meme and send it to your mom. You type in the word whore and then a picture of your dead sister. This one was so funny. Let's do another one. Your mom replies. Yikes. Cook some dinner. You grab a knife from under the kitchen table and head downstairs. You slice open an apple and throw it into the oven. Quest completed. Cook some dinner. The man pulls out the blade and holds it to your throat. Do you want to live or die? Because if you choose death, I will make sure that this is the last time we ever meet. I choose to live? Yeah, I guess you do. The man grabs the knife and stabs himself in the heart. His body falls limp on top of yours. Quest completed. Hit him with the old switcheroo. Shoot yourself. You decide to take matters into your own hands. You load up your pistol and shoot yourself in the head. Continue. Your death causes a great deal of grief among your family and friends. Some mourn you while others blame you for your actions. Continue. Years pass and you eventually die of old age. What? Lol. You die laughing. You died. Game over. You jump on top of the bush and start laughing insanely. One of the Red Knights rides over and cuts your legs off. Laughter is the best medicine, you think, as you bleed out and die. Shit. You craft a bucket. You search the cave for a few pieces of wood. You find a small, empty bucket. You decide to use the bucket as a bucket. You create a wooden bucket. You are alive. You're not sure if you've made the right decision, but at least you aren't dead. And then, you died. Good. I don't know what happened, but I can tell you one thing. I will kill all of you. Leave the scene with style. You quickly run away from the scene and hide behind a tree. What? Go to comedy club. You walk into the comedy club where you find a lot of people watching a show. The crowd is laughing hysterically at the dead body lying on stage. You decide to join in on their laughter and start making jokes about it. You wait for him to finish. You wait for him to finish. Eventually he returns and hands you your new armor. You're happy about this because now you don't look like a fucking idiot anymore. Wake up at 7 AM. You wake up at 7 AM. You take a shower and brush your teeth. Then you eat breakfast, which consists of some cereal and fruit juice. After eating, you watch TV until about 11 AM, whereupon you go to sleep again. That's my life. You see a giant lake in front of you. Use a magic wand to create a bridge to the other side of the lake. You grab a magic wand and cast a spell to make a bridge appear between the two sides of the lake. You then jump down into the lake and swim across. Well done. A voice calls out to you from above. Eventually, you get tired of explaining yourself and decide to go take a shit in the middle of the village. This is met with approval by all. That's the barracks. There are always guards there, Ragnar says. You run into the building and find several unoccupied rooms. So that was a fucking lie. The old man frowns at you. Oh yes? Well, that depends on how much money you have. If it were only 10 gold pieces, then perhaps I could help you. Give the old man -7 gold pieces. You give the old man -7 gold pieces. He grins and takes out a pouch of coins. He tosses them into his mouth and gulps down the coins. Thank you, he says and walks off towards the door, leaving you alone. You do a breaststroke. You begin doing a breaststroke on the beach. The people are impressed by your skill and applaud you for your bravery. After some time passes, you get tired of swimming and give up. Give up. You give up on life after one day. You don't know why you did this, but you just couldn't keep going. Your body was broken and no longer fit for anything else. Shit. Offer to take the girl back to your cabin. You say, I'll take you back to my cabin. The girl smiles and nods. She walks away quickly, but not fast enough. The girl falls down a ravine and breaks her neck. Yikes. You look at each other and smile. Okay. He moves his queen to the e5 square and he begins playing. You both slowly move your pieces around the board. Call out an illegal move on his side. You call out an illegal move on his side. He calls out an illegal move on yours. Both players laugh and say nothing happens. Finally, he makes a legal move which you immediately counter with an illegal one. Parry this. You go to a cafe and eat lunch. You go to a cafe and eat lunch. The food tastes awful, but at least you're not starving anymore. You write a negative review of the cafe. You write a negative review of the cafe. Your mom finds it and calls the police. They arrest you and take you to jail. What? You check the snacks for poison. You look at the snacks. They look fine, but you don't eat them. You hand some to Jackson and he eats them happily. These are great, he says. I'm refreshed and energized. Jackson dies. Enter the bank. You enter the bank. Everyone starts screaming because you are an alien, or an alien that looks like an alien. Quest updated. Leave your village. Walk into the forest. You walk into the first near your village. You hear a growl and feel fear. Suddenly, you are mauled to death by a pack of wolves. Quest completed. Leave your village. Suddenly, a man walks out from behind a store with his back turned to you. He has light brown hair and wears an old blue overcoat. Follow him without him noticing. Hey, you say. I'm following you. Fassapum. She starts to cry again. I love you. You smile back at her. I love you too. Then, you kick her corpse into the distance. Push the witch into fire. You push the witch into the fire and watch her burn alive. Take coins out of her pocket as she dies. You pick up some coins from the ground and put them in your pocket. You then run back to the witch hut and open the door. Inside, you see the witch still alive. She stares at you and smiles. You push her into the fireplace and close the door. You are transgender. You are a woman. Well, sort of. You are Peso, a peasant living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a pitchfork and nothing else. You wake up and begin working in the fields. You see a young girl walking towards you. She is beautiful, but she looks very tired. Hello, you say to her. I'm Peso. The girl smiles at your greeting and then turns around to walk away from you. Shit. You have suffered a car crash which paralyzed you from the waist down. You are laying in your hospital bed when a doctor enters the room and asks if you would like to go on a walk around the block with him. Tell your wife to get to safety. You tell your wife to go to safety and she complies. She runs out the front door with her hands in the air. The orcs charge forward and begin attacking the townspeople. Your wife tries to fight back, but falls down dead before she can do anything else than cry out for help. You are Sinbad, a peasant living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a pitchfork and nothing else. You wake up and begin working in the fields. You see your boss, who is also your father, who is also your mother, who is also your brother, who is also your sister, who is also your cousin. Yikes. She says yes and thanks you. Would you marry me? She says yes and kisses you and you both walk away happy. You wake up in the morning and realize you've been married for less than 24 hours. You decide to make a run for it. 5 years later, you've become a very old man. Your wife has died of natural causes several times. She's also passed away a few more times due to various illnesses and accidents. You've tried everything you could think of to keep her alive, but nothing seems to work. It's raining piss. You cry as you run for the front. The crowd goes wild. This is a huge moral boost for the Dutch. It's the 25th of April, which means that today is the 20th anniversary of the first time you met your wife. That must mean that she's 19 years old now. Simply walk into Mordor. You simply walk into Mordor. You help them loot the store. You join the raiders in looting the store. While you don't take anything, you help kill 3 guards and 2 little old ladies while you're at it. You say I feel kinda bad for those old ladies. The man shrugs. So don't kill anymore. You think for a moment and then decide that it would be better to kill more old ladies. You say, am I allowed to join you guys? The man smiles. Sure, we could use the help. You return with your pistol and begin shooting old ladies. Eventually you get lucky and kill 2 of them with 1 shot. You decide to submit your essay. My name is John Smith, and I believe that mankind should be exterminated. Your mother looks at you with concern. Mr. Smith, we have some bad news, he says in a low voice. What happened, you ask nervously. We found your body in your basement. Oh no. You attempt suicide by drinking poison. Unfortunately you overdose on the poison and die immediately. Sir, I killed the killer. He's dead, you say. Good job, rookie. Listen, don't tell anyone about the killer's small whiner, okay? Yes, sir. You tell everyone around you about the killer's small whiner. He laughs. The man explodes due to a seizure in the groin. You laugh. You let out a blood-curdling scream. You scream, and the fire engulfs you, and you're enveloped in eternal darkness. The end. You reach the happy end.